What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is David Hanlon, aka the Laptop Legend, and today day trading I made $8,300. And overall, I'm a little disappointed with that actually because there were so many opportunities that really I could have done a lot better. And that's not, me being ungrateful with $8,000. $8,000 times 252 trading days in a year is over $2 million a year, so I can't be unhappy with that. But I just know I can do better, and I think I got a lot of valuable lessons from today that are gonna help you guys make more money from runs like the ones we've been having when they happen again in the future. Because again, these patterns play over and over and over. So I wanna talk about my thoughts for tomorrow and just a few other stocks that I wanna make sure you guys keep an eye on. And with that, we should be golden because I think tomorrow's gonna be a really, really exciting day and you do not wanna miss this. So let's dive my laptop and talk about these stocks. Alright guys, so I'm here on my laptop, and before I dive into ILUS, because I know that's what a lot of you guys want to hear my thoughts on, I just have to go through all these custodianships that I mentioned in yesterday's videos because they're all starting to heat up, and you can just tell. KRFG, chart's looking really nice, probably continues on. I wish I'd added more this morning, but I didn't for whatever reason. I only have 300,000 of that. I wish I had closer to $1 million. Maybe I'll get another chance to add, but this thing should break these all-time highs in the next few months. And obviously from here, that's more than doubling. So should be a nice return on your investment if you can get in around these areas. So hopefully I have time to add. IFAN, this one just kept running, kind of wild. I really want to have shares of this. I have none right now, but I need a pullback, man. Even if it rips to new highs and consolidates there, I'd rather be buying on that. I'm just mad I missed this entry right there. Still moving. ILST broke out today of this level. I mean, wow, guys. All these things are moving now. Pretty crazy. JPEX, that breakout continued. Crazy. OCLG, this one hasn't done it yet, but it will be breaking those highs very shortly. Maybe tomorrow. I have no idea. I did pick up some of those today, so I'll try to get some more tomorrow, honestly. We'll see what happens, but just wild. AVVH, guys, this one, it's like all green candles. It refuses to have a red candle, but it's kind of consolidating in this area. So if I go on this one, I want to look at the 5-day, 5-minute chart just to kind of get an idea. I mean, I'm fine with that action. That's honestly pretty nice. That's pretty nice. It did some weird, stuff today. I want to keep it PG. But I mean, look at that. It just went sideways for like 10 years, man. It's so sketchy. And then when it finally dumped, fell off the face of the earth. But I'm actually a fan of this action overall. So as long as it kind of generally holds this, 4.8 area, I'd call it 4.8, yeah. As long as it holds that, I think it's pretty bullish and should keep going up. That's another one, FBCD. That one also kept going up today. So I mean, we had a lot of green days. Not green days, green. Well, I guess green days. Yeah, we had a lot of stocks with green days. Not a lot of green days. Despite the fact that the SPY, that's what it's called, SPY. This had an ugly red day. Ugly red day today. Broke that uptrend that it's been holding for a while. So we'll see if we break 420, man. I don't know. I don't know if they'll let it happen, but pretty crazy, man. So everything's selling off, but in OTC land, everything's running, it feels like. So I love it. And it's wild to see. TGGI, guys, this one did exactly what I freaking expected today. Unfortunately, I got spooked out of my position and made like $100 on it. Pretty lame. I should have made, at least 1,000. But I listened to a guru, and that was my mistake. So it is what it is. And because of that, I missed this dip buy here, which stinks because then it ended up ripping to new high a day after that. I ended up selling right at, I don't even know where. I sold at like 107, man. I sold like right here. I think I bought like here or something. And I sold right here, right before it ripped. So I'm a little upset about this one because, again, it's such a nice chart. So hopefully some of you banked on this because I did talk about this yesterday. It's just such an epic chart, man. Beautiful, beautiful breakout chart. Again, this thing could continue a lot higher, so keep it on your watch list. Again, guys, we just got so many movers today. There was also like some random runner today. I forget the name of it. I don't want to waste my time trying to find it. Yeah, no, I can't find it. Oh well. But that one, it was just kind of lame. It spiked up in the morning and just died off. AXTG is the other one that I mentioned in my video yesterday. And again, you can see, it went even higher today, guys. It really did. Now, hopefully we get some type of pullback. Because again, I can't buy size up here on this one, but if it consolidates nicely, wants to go on a leg higher, I am perfectly happy to buy that. GSTC, they did actually put out some updates today. This chart, in my opinion, is also primed for a big run. I think, you know, any type of big news on this thing could probably send it through these highs pretty easily. But, you know, any type of updates should send it to start trending upwards. I have 500K of this, so I might add some more. I'm not sure, but just want to keep on watch. Now, ILUS, guys, this is one I got to talk about. And again, look at this beautiful chart. Look at this beautiful chart, guys. This is the epitome of an OTC breakout that is just absolutely amazing, absolutely incredible. And all these guys, spike up, nice wedge, spike up, nice wedge, spike up, nice consolidation, nice wedge, and it pushes new highs. Now 3 massive green candles, absolutely massive. I mean, it doubled. It literally doubled from the breakout area. I mean, it doubled from 20 cents. It went to over 40 cents today. And now we're looking very overextended. And I know there's a lot of you guys out there who are probably watching this video and are thinking, you know, this is an amazing company. And because of that, everyone's going to snag up every dip, and it's barely going to have any red days. I'm here to tell you that you're wrong. And the reason you're wrong is because every single stock that has ever existed always follows the exact same patterns when it goes crazy. And because of that, you know, you got to keep a little bit of perspective on this. So I just want to make sure that, you know, those of you who have been holding from down here and have massive gains, you know, we have some people in our, even in our Discord, man, some people, you know, crazy 5-figure gains on this stock, you know, just today alone, I think, because they've been holding so many shares from down here. And it's a good idea to lock in some gains. Now, I'm not saying the red day is tomorrow, but I think the odds are more in the favor of a red day tomorrow. Now, if we get one more green day, I would be ecstatic for that. I would love that. Don't think I'm hating on ILUS. I like it as a company. I think it's great. But I think anything that goes straight up needs time to consolidate and, you know, dip, find a new base before it pushes higher. And at this point, you know, it's doubled. It's doubled since the last time. So really, based on, you know, what we've seen in these runs, I don't think we're going much higher before we get, you know, a big panic. Now, I could be wrong on that. That's just my humble opinion. But ultimately, this is not the type of thing that you want to be taking a ton of shares on really early up here when there's so many other opportunities in the market, because, you know, it could easily be back down at 25 tomorrow or in the next couple of days. And you never know where the temporary top is, because, you know, so much of the news that has, you know, is being expected might already be priced into this, and you gotta consider that fact. So I just want to make sure you guys are being careful. That's the only thing I'm preaching here. I'm not a hater of ILUS by any means. I absolutely love the company. I'm a fan of the stock, even though I've, you know, definitely messed up some things on it. But I mean, it made me a lot of money today, thousands and thousands of dollars, and you know, I really appreciate that. So what my plan is for this is, you know, is to look for a nice short if it wants to panic, and then I'll look for a nice panic dip buy. That is my plan on this. So I'm personally expecting a pretty big red day tomorrow, and I'm personally looking for a nice dip buy tomorrow. So the ideal thing for me would be, you know, a huge panic down to 25 or down to 20. God forbid it goes to 20. That would be epic. If it goes that low, man, I mean, that should be great support, and it should see a nice bounce from there, you know, maybe at least a 50% bounce, you know, very, very short term. And at some point, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets back above these levels. But, you know, for now, I'm really expecting a big red day. Now, if it pushes one day higher, that's just even more of a sign that it's more overextended, and there's going to be an even bigger panic, and it's going to be an even better short and an even better dip buy. So if it has a green day tomorrow, if I'm not right, and, you know, it has another green day tomorrow, don't think that means that it's never going to have a red day, because that's a misconception that a lot of people have, where they're like, oh, it's been so strong, every dip has been bought up, there's a lot of news coming, it's a great company, that means it's never going to dip, everyone's just going to buy the dips. No, that's not true. It's just not true. So get that out of your head if that's what you're thinking. And again, I would like to get some ILUS shares and be a little more patient on it, because I still think, you know, stocks that have momentum can go insanely hard. But at a certain point, you know, you're due for some big red days. Even if we go to HUMBL, you go to HUMBL, man. Look at this thing. This thing had some crazy run-ups. I mean, this thing literally came from 0.0001 before the reverse split and ran to almost $2. But I mean, look at that. You get some fat red days after these big run-ups. Fat red days. So they're gonna happen at some point. They are going to happen. And I just want you guys to be prepared for it. Now, the takeaways that I want to talk about for ILUS is I would say this is what cost me the most money today. And you know, maybe this is not a factor for some of you guys, but I would say I probably got a little too stubborn on my bias. So I figured that ILUS would have a nice spike in the morning, and then I kind of expected it to top off and go into a big panic and then have it keep panicking. That's kind of what I expected. So I was pretty short biased. I would say, you know, kind of from like this point onward, maybe starting here. So I ended up losing about $1,000 shorting this stock between here and here. Now, I made all of it back and more. I made like $4,000 in this dump. So I was, you know, up like 3,000 or something short in ILUS. But the thing is, if I had been buying it this time, you know, just riding this and then buying the dip here, I would have made so much more, because you can always buy more shares than you can short of a stock that is less than $2.50. Again, so I'm limited to shorting 90,000 shares in a $225,000 account, but I can buy hundreds of thousands of shares. So I mean, I could buy a lot more than I can short, which means that I could have made a lot more money, especially, you know, if it's just going up, and every single time it makes a higher low, every single time it just keeps pushing to new highs. So that's the thing you got to consider. If you are always fighting against the trend, you will never make as much money as if you just go with the trend. So if you become too focused, too biased on, you know, one side, whether it's short, whether it's selling, whether it's going long too early, you're gonna have a lot more difficult time. You're probably gonna lose some money, and you're just not gonna make as much money. So, you know, that could be, maybe you're super long biased on ILUS, and tomorrow it's super weak and it panics and then it bounces, but then it panics, makes a lower low, and it bounces again and it panics and makes a lower low. If you are too long biased too early on a really weak day, you're gonna lose a lot of money, because you keep thinking, man, it has to bounce. This is a great stock. It's really strong. It's been really strong. It has to bounce. It doesn't have to bounce, just like it doesn't have to break down. So just keep that in mind, guys. This was my biggest takeaway. So I want to make sure that in the future, you know, when we get a chart like this, I am playing it from the long side until it dies. I want to put my sole focus into the long side until the chart is dead. Because as long as it's strong, you can make a ton going long. And then once it's weak, it's a lot easier to make money going short. But you always want to do what it's easiest to make money doing. You know, there's no reason to make your life harder just because you think something's overextended or you think something is dipped too much. So that's what I wanted to say to you guys about ILUS. In terms of the intraday chart, man, I mean, it really was pretty wild. It really was pretty wild. You know, had a nice panic here, and then, you know, a nice bounce, man. Made a lower low there, but a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, broke out past this high here, and then did dip into close, did break below that level for a little bit, but still, you know, still held up pretty well. So maybe we get a morning spike tomorrow. It fails at these levels and then it dies. Maybe it spikes up to 50, completely blows the top off, just straight green candles up to 50, and then it goes into a huge panic. Maybe it just goes straight into a morning panic, guys. I don't know what it does right at open. I really have no idea. The only thing I know is at this point, it's very overextended, and if it proves that it's weak, I will be very, very short biased at this point on the daily chart. So just keep in consideration the big picture, guys. This stock was under 4 cents like a month ago. Maybe a little bit over a month ago. You could have bought this stock for 4 cents a little under a month ago, and now it's 10 times that. And if you go back a year ago, this stock was this stock was trips. This stock was at 000. 0009. This stock was down there. Now, most people weren't getting it there, I don't think. Most people were getting it at 001 something. But I mean, that's still insane. There's people who are still holding 10 million shares from down there, guys. So keep in mind, when you're buying shares up here, you're fighting with people who've been holding shares for a while. So just be prepared for a red day if it happens. My one piece of entertainment, not advice, because I don't give financial advice, would be make sure you don't average down when you're dip buying if it's really weak. That's all I'm gonna say. So if it proves it's weak, if it has a red day tomorrow and it's starting to panic, don't buy and then buy more and then buy more, because that's how you screw yourself. So, you know, cut your losses, get back in if you have to, but I don't want to see anyone with a massive bag because they're looking for a dip buy too early on ILUS. So that is, that's my thoughts on this one, guys. I'm excited to see how it plays out, because I think potentially, if it plays out right, I could potentially make like 5,000 to 10,000 shorting it, and then just as much on a dip buy if it's really clean and I nail it with size. So I'm really excited for that. Maybe I'll screw it up royally. Maybe I'll end red tomorrow. I have no idea. But you know, I'm just excited for whatever's to come. I know there's gonna be a great opportunity on this stock tomorrow, whatever it is. So that is it. I will see you guys later. Until then, till the next video, you know the drill. Let's grow better together. Bebé, dime por qué te mientes. No puedes esconder todo lo que tú por mí sientes.